Hey beauties! Welcome to my new MisAdventure. I know I'm standing in my garage, but there is a reason for that and I'm about to get to it. So most of you know, possibly from other episodes and other pieces of content, or if you just know me personally, that last year during Hurricane Ian, our house flooded and we lost almost everything. And then as a result, all the things that did make it are out here in my garage. This stuff is just sat here. Over time, I have brought in a few items here and there into the house. We put up shelves specifically for items that were out here that we really care about. And then there was everything else that was left over. All of that stuff. Now, some of it is just garbage. And some of it is things that I do really want to keep. I just don't necessarily have anywhere to put it. And then some of it is things that, are perfectly good. They just are out here. So, because we just don't have space for them. So that is it. So I was thinking to myself, what can I do with this stuff? And we started this journey a while ago where we started watching a YouTuber named Froggy Flips. And on that channel, he goes to toy conventions and garage sales and all kinds of things to source material to sell. And he takes everything back to his office and processes it and kind of walks through his process. And I thought to myself, wow, we have a lot of stuff. Like you just saw it. A lot of stuff. And I thought, wow, that's a really neat thing to do. Like, he goes around and sells things online at toy conventions, at comic book conventions, things like that. And I thought, wow, that's pretty cool. So some time went by and we found another channel, which actually Froggy Flips went to this store. It's called Toy Federation. And they take in older toys that people bring in and assess them and then sell them in their store, sell them on eBay, sell them on whatnot, all of these things. And I was like, okay. And then we stumbled across, and I forget the name of this channel, so I can't give you a shout out, but this channel that we stumbled upon just by accident, I guess, was a card seller. This person bought Pokemon cards, mostly Japanese cards, and sold them at pop-up stores. He sold them online, all kinds of things, making a killing doing it. Now, enter my garage again. All of this stuff. In that stuff was Pokemon cards. Now, Alexis collected them a long time ago. So we're talking about XY, Sun and Moon, that era. And she used to play. And all of that stuff was out here. My children, my two oldest, got involved with Pokemon a few years ago, and they collected some cards and had some things, but both of them kind of lost interest and moved on. So their stuff was out here. And because it was already in the garage, it was already up high, it survived the storm, is what we call it, surviving the storm. So once it was figured out that that stuff survived the storm, I thought, well, let's go through that. Let's check out if any of these cards that we have can be sold. So we decided to go through them. So Alexis downloaded the TCG app and we started scanning. And we found several cards that were worth a couple of bucks here, a couple of bucks there, and then some that were more pricey. So we also started going through our Magic card collection, our Flesh and Blood card collection, all of that. And we found a gaming store up in Altamont, Leighton Gaming, that bought them. And you could sell them to them and they would give you pretty decent fair price. I mean, they are a store, they are trying to sell things, they're trying to make money. So they would only give us about 50 to 60% of whatever the card was worth. So if something's worth $20, I'm not getting $20. I'm getting $10. Which at the time was like, wow, like, okay, this is cool. So we did that for a while. We bought some booster boxes, we bought packs of Pokemon cards, we bought a booster box of Magic cards, and we bought Flesh and Blood cards, and we go through them and scan them. And then we realized that, hey, this is a thing, but wait a minute, we're only getting half of what we should be getting. So we decided, hey, why not check out Whatnot? I knew some of the Lego YouTubers like M&R Productions and Emmasaurus, and I'm trying to think, Brixie. They all are on Whatnot selling things sometimes, and they're always talking about their live streams and whatever. And I didn't really know how it worked. We also watch Tularian Community College with the professor sometimes, and he talks about it as well. So I looked into it and I found out that you can't just sign up for it. It's not like eBay or Amazon where selling things, you just sign up and then you can immediately start selling things. Whatnot, you sort of have to apply. It's almost like applying for a job. You have to prove that you have inventory, you have to fill out an application form, and they have to pick you. So I filled it out. I did not think by any means they were going to pick me, because we had some inventory. We had packs. We had maybe a booster box, but we did not have a whole lot. So they made you take pictures of it and everything. So I did all of that, and a few days later I was approved. And I was so excited. I was like, oh, yay. So now I can sell cards for full price. I can look them up on TCG Player, which is usually about the fair price that I go with, the market price. And I can sell them on Whatnot in a live stream or in my buy now. So we started live streaming, and we were selling sealed products. We were selling packs and boxes and whatever else. And then Whatnot changed the rules on us, which actually helped us out because we're new small business people and we don't have a card shop. Card shops could go on Whatnot and they have, behind them countless inventory of booster boxes and packs and everything else, and they can give things away because they got them dirt cheap from their distributor. Okay, cool. I can't do that. So it was very difficult at first to break in. So the problem is that was happening and we were getting really discouraged. But then he who shall not be named, I don't want to call anyone out, but I think we all know who we're talking about here, broke some bad rules and changed the game for everybody. So now Whatnot has got rid of all of the games and extra prizes and all of the things that the bigger channels were able to provide, and I wasn't. So now we're selling individual cards because our individual card business was doing really, really well. So we decided to get away from sealed product. We opened all of our product, got all the good stuff out, found a good place to sell all the bulk to, and now we are doing that. And it's been a whole lot of fun. But why am I standing in my garage surrounded by all of our stuff? Well, back to Froggy Flips, back to Toy Federation, back to Caterpie, which is the newest one that we started watching featuring Chase and his crew. they go to garage sales and find whatever. I mean, not just cards, but whatever. So they would go and maybe find like Switch games, like I happen to be standing in front of some. And then they sell them on Whatnot, eBay, and Amazon. Okay? I used to, long time ago, way back when, before I was even with Alexis, I sold things on Amazon. I sold textbooks and video games and systems, little handheld systems like the little DS and stuff, and I would use that money to go buy the next generation. I wasn't trying to make money to like live off of. I was just trying to, get rid of old and get new. So I have a little experience with that. Not a whole lot, but a little bit. So I started thinking about the garage. So let me show you again. All of this stuff. I mean, some of it is very damaged. Some of it is very good. Some of it is perfectly fine. It's just things that I simply just don't need. I thought to myself, I'm gonna do that. We've been watching a series on the Caterpie channel, and two of the people that work for Chase started a new business with $10. So they had $10 to their name. They went to garage sales, bought things, put them on eBay, sold them, and had to buy all of the materials to start a business. They needed to buy a table, they needed to get a computer, they needed a printer, like everything to start a business. Now, am I gonna do that? No. I have a computer, I have a table, I have a light box. I don't need those things. But I felt really inspired by it because I felt like the barrier to entry was very small. I had all of the stuff, I just needed to post it, get rid of it. And I kept thinking like, gosh, like what are we gonna do with all this stuff? So the other day, I pulled the trigger and started an eBay store. Came out here. And on the Caterpie channel, Chase says that every day you should put 5 items up. Now, do I have countless inventory right now? Well, yeah, because the sky's the limit out here. But once I start running out of items, then I'm gonna have to, obviously source from other places and go to garage sales and pawn shops and all of the different things that you do to acquire stuff. But I thought, wow, like I can do that. And I started doing it yesterday. We've been doing the card business for maybe a month now. That's going pretty well. We're not making huge dollar, but we are moving product and making friendships and getting a lot of traction, I would say. This eBay stuff is new, but I think it's more kind of an extension, and it's also a reason for me to use the Miss Lindsay brand. But you know what? I'm gonna document this journey. I started this business yesterday. And I have up right now 19 items. Because I am a collector, I do not open things. Like if you see behind me right here, I have a Black Series figure, Cal Kestis. This, I used to have a Star Wars channel a long time ago. And this was in our office as like decoration. I never opened this box. It is still sealed with the tape. So a lot of the things out here are like that. They are new items that are still in the box, still taped shut. I never opened them myself. Maybe there's a little dust on them, but I can wipe that off. So it's basically like a store out here. A little dingy, a little crowded. Like if we look again, yeah, that's a bit much. Now again, some of that is stuff that I'm keeping. I have an Eternals collection. I have what I call my 80s collection. I have a few Star Wars items that I'm just not getting rid of at all. But there are lots of things out here that are just simply sitting around and not doing anything with, and they're collecting dust and taking up space, and I'm getting rid of them. So anyway, this channel now is going to be dedicated to this business. So today, actually in the next video, I'm going to go sourcing. Come along with me on this MisAdventure. It's a little different than how I started this channel, but I'm very excited and this is going to be really awesome. So make sure that you like this video if you like me, like this concept. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel so you can follow this journey. I mean, as we chip away at the garage, what is it going to look like in the end? Also, make sure that you turn on those notifications. Make sure you do all of those things, and I will catch you on the next one.